Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some drama and some problems going on in the Chicago Bulls front office. Also, the Dallas Mavericks being interested in Alex Caruso. And later in today's video, talking about the Houston and Bev rumors that just came out. But nonetheless, before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also, leave a quick like below today's video. It takes a second and helps me out a lot. And leave some comments and questions below today's video about all the topics I just listed and all the topics I'm about to jump into. Also, check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was talking about how a bunch of Bulls fans want the Bulls to fire Billy Donovan with all the other coaches around the NBA getting fired. Also, how the Bulls are being linked to Miles Turner once again, and how the Bulls are being urged to trade DeMar DeRozan. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into today's video, because this tweet did come out from Sean Devey. He was on 670 The Score the other day, and he was talking about the Chicago Bulls front office and just their off-season plans pretty much. And Sean Devey was reporting and saying that there are some people in the Chicago Bulls front office that want to run it back with the same team and roster and wait for Lonzo Ball to return. And then there are others in the front office that want to make changes to this roster now. Now, before I give my opinion on this and break it down, leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video about this tweet. And I'm going to keep it short and simple. I believe anyone that's in the Bulls front office that want to run it back and wait for Lonzo Ball, they need to be fired immediately. That is just a crazy thing to even say. I mean, no other NBA player has ever came back from the surgery Lonzo Ball just had a few weeks ago or months ago. And let's be honest, I mean, yeah, this team was much better with Lonzo Ball. He was the connector on the offensive side of the basketball and the defensive end, and just transition and a lot of things that this Bulls team is missing. Lonzo would obviously bring instantly, and he would help a lot. But let's be real, this Bulls big three, they couldn't win this past season. I understand Lonzo is a really good player. He helps and does a lot of the little things that this Bulls team needs to be really good. But this Bulls team, they realistically have 3 All-Stars, and they didn't make the NBA playoffs this past season. And I hate to say this, but I'd be really shocked if Lonzo Ball does ever play in the NBA again. It's just very unrealistic. The odds are against him, and he's pretty injury prone throughout his NBA career. I love Lonzo Ball. He would make this Bulls team much better, but even with him, this team is not even close to winning a championship in my eyes. And at the end of the day, Lonzo's a great player when healthy, but he is a role player. The Bulls had Vooch, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan. Vooch played a career-high 82 games. Patrick Williams also played 82. Kobe White also played 74. Caruso had a career-high 67. Zach LaVine tied his second most games of his career with 77. This was a rough year. This main core stayed pretty healthy for the most part, especially compared to other teams. And the fact that the Bulls were finally this healthy and they didn't even make the NBA playoffs says a lot. In my eyes, you just can't run it back with Lonzo Ball in this same roster. I don't expect Lonzo to just walk through those doors anytime soon. And like I just did say, this team was very healthy. And if you look at the numbers, our big three of DeMar, Vooch, and Zach, they all put up really solid numbers and they all had a good season. And this Bulls team still didn't make the NBA playoffs. There's no way anyone in that front office should be saying, let's run it back and wait for Lonzo to get healthy. That is ridiculous in my eyes. And the next topic in today's video is about Alex Caruso and the Dallas Mavericks being linked and interested in him. Now, at the end of season press conference for the Dallas Mavericks, their GM was talking about how going into this offseason, they need to improve their defense and rebounding. And in a recently proposed trade from Bleacher Report, Dallas did land Alex Caruso for veteran forward Reggie Bullock and the Mavericks 2023 first-round draft pick. Now, that did depend on if Dallas did keep their top 10 protected pick, and since this article has been posted a few weeks back, they did keep that top 10 pick, and in my eyes, it's definitely an interesting trade. I don't really see the Bulls trading Alex Caruso unless it's for a haul. I really like Reggie Bullock. He would be a good 3-and-D wing for this Bulls team, and getting a top 10 pick would be a great pickup for Caruso. I know the Bulls are really high on Caruso Caruso, and I don't blame him. I mean, he was just first team all defensive team, and that's huge. That's a huge accomplishment for Caruso. And let's not forget this Bulls team with a big three of Vooch, DeMar, and Zach. They finished top 5 defense in the NBA, and I mainly give that to Caruso. He was pretty much the safety, or I'd say the point guard of defense for this team. So definitely leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video about that proposed trade, and let me know if you guys would accept that. It's definitely an interesting trade. I mean, the Bulls instantly get a 3-and-D wing that would help out this roster, and obviously they would be getting a top 10 pick, which is obviously great. This Bulls team desperately needs young talent, and this article did come out from heavy.com back in January, and there was some reports and rumors and articles that came out saying how the Mavericks would love to add Alex Caruso next to Luka Doncic, and that doesn't surprise me. I mean, the Mavericks, they're trying to build a winner around Luka, and Caruso, I mean, look what he just did to this Bulls team. Imagine what he would do and how much better he would make the Dallas Mavericks. I love Alex Caruso. I know the Bulls front office does as well, and at the end of the day, an all defensive minded first team is a huge accomplishment for Alex Caruso. The Bulls finishing with a top 5 defense is huge for him and his trade value. I like that draft pick, but if the Mavericks maybe threw in maybe one more first round draft pick, I would definitely do it. This offseason is going to be very interesting, and I hate to be like this, but if this Bulls team truly does want to get better, they might have to trade some players like Caruso or some other fan favorites to really improve this roster. I wouldn't be mad if they did this trade. I would understand why, but I just don't see it happening. This front office and Billy Donovan like Caruso too much, and I also just feel like he provides so much to this Bulls team. Like, if the Bulls didn't have him, I don't think they would have finished with a top 10 defense at all. And the final topic in today's video is about some recent Pat Bev rumors that just came out. Now, like I have said in many videos, this offseason is very important for the Chicago Bulls' future. They don't have a lot of trade assets. They also don't have a lot of salary cap to spend. And it doesn't help that this Bulls team has a bunch of free agents, including Pat Bev. Now, obviously, if you looked at this Bulls team before the trade deadline and after the trade deadline, especially after adding Pat Bev, this Bulls team and their record was much better since the Pat Bev edition. And Pat Bev was talking on his podcast just the other day. He was talking about all the rumors about James Harden potentially going back to Houston, and he pretty much just said that it's very high chance of any chance of James Harden and Pat Bev reuniting, and Pat Bev said very highly, and he also said very high chance of you going back to Houston, and Pat Bev also replied very highly. So it does seem like Pat Bev is walking out the door. You know, I love him. He's from Chicago. He definitely helped this Bulls team out a lot, and especially Zach LaVine's play and his numbers in the second half of the season. But near the end of the season, Pat Bev did say he's looking to make anywhere between $13 to $15 million per year on his next contract. I love Pat Bev. He made an instant difference for this Bulls team, but that's just way too much money, especially with him getting up there in age. And also a few weeks back, Bulls insider Joe Cowley Hoops did report saying that Pat Bev likely will play elsewhere next NBA season. He did report saying that Kobe White has shown enough for the Bulls organization to believe in him taking the starting point guard position, and that makes me really happy. I really like Kobe White and the potential of him and Zach LaVine backcourt. I truly hope Kobe White gets a chance to try and run the point guard position next year. Definitely leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video about all the topics and articles I just broke down. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.